Ladies and gentlemen, life can feel like a whirlwind sometimes. You wake up, go through the motions, and wonder, what is the point of it all? You find yourself chasing dreams that are not even yours, caught up in expectations and pressures that weigh you down. You might even start asking, what's the real reason I'm here? Well, let me tell you this, you are here for a reason. Everyone has a unique purpose, but it's up to you to find it. Finding your purpose is not something that can be rushed. It's a deeply personal experience, one that requires you to step back and ask yourself, what do I really want from this life? It's easy to get caught up in the pressures of society or the expectations others place on you. From a young age, we're told what success looks like, whether it's a certain job, a certain lifestyle, or achieving certain milestones. But in the process, we often forget to ask ourselves, is this what I want, or is it what I think I should want? This is where self-reflection becomes crucial. Taking the time to pause and really listen to yourself can be one of the most powerful steps toward discovering your true purpose. It's easy to get distracted by the noise around you, by the demands of work, family, or social media. But when was the last time you sat quietly and asked yourself what truly makes you feel alive? For some, it might be art; for others, it might be teaching, helping others, or creating something new. It doesn't matter how big or small your passions seem. It's not about comparison. It's about connecting with what speaks to you. This is where purpose begins. The next thing to consider is the understanding that purpose isn't always going to be clear right away. Sometimes it's a process of trial and error. You won't always get it right the first time, and that's completely okay. The path to your purpose is often winding and unpredictable, and sometimes the things you think are your purpose at one point in your life might change as you evolve. That's part of the beauty of it. Purpose is not static. It can shift as you grow, as your life experiences shape you into the person you are becoming. But even when you feel lost or uncertain, don't be discouraged. Trust that each step you take is moving you closer to understanding your purpose. You might find your purpose in unexpected places, through failure, through new experiences, or through the people you meet along the way. The key is to remain open, to stay curious, and to trust that the journey is just as important as the destination. Purpose isn't something you find by following someone else's path. It's about looking inward and figuring out what feels true for you. There's no right or wrong way to discover it. Some people might find it early in life, while others might take years. What matters most is that you don't give up on the search. Keep listening to yourself, stay patient, and allow yourself to explore without the pressure of needing to have all the answers right away. Your purpose is not something you need to prove to others. It's not about impressing anyone or living up to a certain standard. It's about living with intention and authenticity. When you find something that makes your heart beat faster, when you feel that deep sense of fulfillment in what you do, that's when you know you've found your purpose. So be kind to yourself, trust the process. Your purpose will reveal itself in its own time, and when it does, it will feel like coming home to yourself. Purpose is not about achieving external success. It's about living authentically and following what makes you happy. Society often defines success in terms of material wealth, job titles, or societal status. From a young age, we are bombarded with messages telling us what we should want, what we should achieve, and how we should behave. We are conditioned to chase after goals that, at times, do not even align with our true desires. The result? A lot of people end up feeling unsatisfied, even though they've accomplished everything they were supposed to. The first step in understanding your purpose is breaking free from the societal definitions of success. It is about looking within and asking yourself, what do I truly want? What makes me feel alive? Often we are so caught up in trying to live up to other people's expectations that we lose sight of what brings us joy. It's essential to stop measuring your worth by external markers. True success comes from living in a way that feels authentic to who you are, rather than pursuing a life that others expect you to live. When you start living authentically, you begin to prioritize the things that truly matter to you. Whether that's pursuing a career that aligns with your values, dedicating time to your passions, or simply creating a life that feels fulfilling, living authentically is about doing what makes you happy, regardless of whether others approve or not. Happiness does not come from wealth or social approval. It comes from alignment with your inner truth. This idea is often difficult for people to grasp because it goes against everything society tells us. We are raised to believe that happiness is a byproduct of success, but the truth is, success can often come at the cost of happiness. You may have the title, the salary, and the accolades, but if these accomplishments don't align with your true self, they will leave you feeling empty. It is in finding a balance between success and personal fulfillment that you can live your best life. Living authentically means being true to your values. If your value system tells you that helping others is the most important thing, then make sure that every step you take in your career and personal life aligns with this belief. If creativity is a core value, seek out opportunities that allow you to express yourself in meaningful ways. By aligning your actions with your values, you create a life that reflects who you are at the deepest level. When you are living authentically, you no longer feel the need to compare yourself to others. Comparison is a trap that steals your joy and peace. It's easy to look at someone else's success and think that they have it all figured out. But the truth is, everyone's journey is different, and comparing yourself to others will only distract you from your own path. Instead, focus on what makes you happy and stay true to your unique journey. Sometimes living authentically means making difficult choices. It might mean saying no to opportunities that seem appealing on the surface, but don't align with your values. It might mean walking away from relationships or environments that drain you rather than lift you up. These decisions are not easy, but they are necessary for your well-being. It's also important to remember that living authentically is a journey, not a destination. It's about continually learning about yourself, evolving, and being open to new experiences. Your purpose may evolve over time, and that's okay. As you grow, your desires and priorities might shift, and that's part of the beauty of living authentically. The key to living authentically and finding your purpose is to trust yourself. Trust that the path you are on is the right one for you, even if it doesn't look like what others expect. You are the only one who truly knows what makes you happy, and your life will only feel complete when you follow that inner compass. Don't let external pressures or societal expectations define your worth. When you align your life with what brings you joy and fulfillment, that's when you are truly living in your purpose. Life is not a straight line. Be open to the detours, as they help you grow and discover new things. One of the biggest misconceptions about purpose is that it should be a clear, linear path from point A to point B. We often picture our lives as a series of well-defined steps, each leading to the next, with a clear destination in mind. But the truth is, life doesn't always work like that. The journey toward discovering your purpose is filled with twists, turns, and unexpected detours that often challenge us, surprise us, and ultimately help us grow in ways we could never have imagined. The idea of a straight path might seem comforting, especially when things feel uncertain. It's easy to think that if we just follow the right steps or check off the right boxes, we will eventually reach our goal. But life has a funny way of throwing obstacles our way. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations that don't seem to make sense at first. We might end up in a job we didn't plan on, in a relationship that teaches us hard lessons, or in a place where we feel lost and unsure of our next step. These detours can feel frustrating, especially when they seem to delay our progress or pull us away from what we thought was our purpose. But it's in these moments that some of our most significant growth takes place. Detours are an essential part of the journey. They often force us to step outside our comfort zones and rethink what we thought we knew. They challenge us to adapt, to be resourceful, and to grow in ways that a straight path never would. When things don't go according to plan, it can feel like everything is falling apart, but in reality, these experiences are shaping you, preparing you for something bigger and more meaningful. Each detour teaches you something valuable, whether it's a new skill, a deeper understanding of yourself, or a new perspective on the world around you. These lessons are often the things that bring you closer to your true purpose. It's important to remember that detours are not signs of failure. When life takes you down an unexpected path, it doesn't mean that you've made a mistake or that you're off course. It simply means that your journey is unfolding differently than you had imagined. Sometimes the detours are precisely what you need to discover new interests, meet new people, or explore new opportunities that you never would have considered otherwise. If you were only focused on a straight path, you might miss out on these valuable experiences. Another reason why detours are so important is that they give you the time and space to reassess what you truly want. Life has a way of speeding up, pushing us to keep moving, achieve more, and do things quickly. When we're focused solely on reaching our goal, we can forget to check in with ourselves and ask if that goal is still what we truly desire. Detours give us a chance to slow down, reflect, and reevaluate our priorities. They allow us to step back and ask if the path we were heading down is still aligned with our values, passions, and sense of purpose. Sometimes what we thought we wanted isn't actually what brings us the most fulfillment. And in those moments of pause, when we take the detour, we have the opportunity to change course and move towards something more meaningful. Life's detours also help us build resilience. Every time we encounter a challenge, we learn to handle adversity better. These experiences teach us how to bounce back, how to stay grounded in the face of uncertainty, and how to find solutions to problems we never anticipated. It's these moments of resilience that shape our character and make us stronger in the long run. The road may not always be easy, but every detour, every obstacle, and every unexpected turn contributes to the person you are becoming. So, when life doesn't go as planned, don't be discouraged. Embrace the detours as part of the process. Trust that even when the path seems unclear, it's leading you somewhere important. These unexpected turns might not be part of the plan, but they are part of your journey toward finding your purpose. Embrace them, learn from them, and trust that they are helping you grow into the person you are meant to be. The straight path might seem easy, but it's the detours that make the journey worthwhile. You are not limited by your job or role. Your purpose is tied to your values and passions. Many of us fall into the trap of equating our job titles or roles with our purpose. We think that who we are is defined by the work we do or the position we hold. It's easy to become so attached to these external identifiers that we forget to look inward and ask what truly drives us. Your job, career, or role may be a part of your life, but it does not define your entire existence or your true purpose. In today's world, there is an overwhelming pressure to succeed in a specific way. Many of us are taught from a young age that success is linked to prestigious careers or high-paying jobs. Society often praises people for their professional accomplishments or their status in the workplace. We are constantly told that if we work hard enough, climb the corporate ladder, or gain recognition in our field, we will find fulfillment. But the truth is, no job title, no promotion, and no paycheck can truly provide the fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with your deeper values and passions. Your purpose is not about what you do for a living. It's about who you are and what you stand for. It's rooted in your core values, the principles that guide you through life and shape your decisions. These values may include kindness, creativity, helping others, learning, adventure, or personal growth. They are the things that matter most to you, the things that give you a sense of meaning and fulfillment when you live in harmony with them. Your purpose is not dependent on your job, but rather on how you express these values in everything you do. Too often we get caught up in the idea that we need to be doing something important or high status to have purpose. We think that if we are not working in a job that is widely recognized or admired, we are somehow not contributing or fulfilling our potential. This couldn't be further from the truth. Purpose does not reside in the title on your business card. It resides in the impact you make in your own unique way. It's about being true to yourself, doing what makes you feel alive, and using your talents and passions to contribute to the world around you, no matter how big or small that contribution may be. Living in alignment with your values means that your purpose is reflected in everything you do, not just your job. For example, if one of your core values is creativity, then you can express this through your work, your hobbies, and your relationships. If you value service and helping others, then your purpose might be expressed through acts of kindness, volunteer work, or mentoring. It doesn't matter what title you hold or how much money you make. What matters is that you are living in a way that feels authentic to who you are, not what others expect you to be. Additionally, it's important to remember that your purpose can evolve over time. As you grow, your values and passions might shift, and that's completely okay. Life experiences, new relationships, and different challenges may cause you to reassess what truly matters to you. This is a natural part of the journey. What you thought was your purpose a few years ago may no longer align with your current goals, and that's perfectly normal. Purpose isn't static, it's fluid and ever-changing as you continue to grow and learn more about yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do is free yourself from the limitations of your job or role. When you stop defining yourself solely by what you do, you open yourself up to the possibility of living a life that is truly fulfilling. It allows you to explore new opportunities, take risks, and pursue the things that excite you without the fear of being judged or confined by a specific role. Your job can be a means to an end, but it should not be the only way you express yourself or find fulfillment. Your purpose is not just a career. It is a way of living, a mindset, and a set of values that you carry with you into every aspect of your life. Ultimately, when you understand that your purpose is not tied to your job or role, you liberate yourself from the pressure to live up to someone else's expectations. You free yourself to pursue a life that is aligned with your own desires, passions, and values. Your purpose is yours alone to discover, and it has nothing to do with the title you hold or the role you play in the workplace. It's about living authentically and embracing what truly matters to you. When you connect with your values and passions, your purpose will reveal itself in ways that no job title ever could. Stop comparing yourself to others. Your purpose is unique to you. In a world that thrives on comparison, it can be easy to get caught up in what everyone else is doing and start questioning your own journey. Social media, the internet, and even the people around us constantly put others' successes in our faces, leading us to believe that we should be on the same path, achieving the same things, or doing things the same way. But the truth is, your purpose is deeply personal and entirely unique to you. There is no one else in the world who can walk your path, experience life in the same way, or contribute to the world in the way that you can. We live in a culture that often defines success through external measures: money, popularity, followers, job titles, or material possessions. It's easy to look at someone else's achievements and think that you're falling behind. You might see someone else getting praise, recognition, or opportunities, and wonder why you're not getting the same. But comparison is the thief of joy. It pulls you away from focusing on your own life, your own strengths, and the unique contributions only you can make. It's important to remember that everyone has a different starting point, a different set of challenges, and a different timeline for success. The journey that someone else is on may look completely different from yours, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, that's what makes the world so diverse and rich. If you try to live your life according to someone else's standards, you're not only doing yourself a disservice, but also missing out on the fullness of your own potential. By focusing on other people's lives and comparing them to your own, you lose sight of your own unique experiences, dreams, and capabilities. We often forget that people's successes are the result of their own individual journey, and the truth is that we are all walking different paths. The person you see thriving in their career, for example, may have had different opportunities, resources, or life circumstances that got them to where they are. Their success does not diminish your own worth or the value of your journey. The only thing that comparison does is distract you from your own purpose and diminish your self-worth. Instead of measuring your progress against someone else's, it's far more empowering to measure it against your own potential, values, and goals. The process of finding and living your purpose is a deeply personal one. It requires introspection and an understanding that only you can determine what is truly right for you. The more you compare yourself to others, the more you lose sight of what makes you special. Your experiences, talents, and perspective are all completely yours, and that is what makes your purpose so unique. No one else can live your life, make your decisions, or contribute to the world in the same way that you can. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you can finally begin to embrace your individuality. You become free to pursue your own dreams, make your own mistakes, and grow in a way that feels authentic to you. The pressure to conform or measure up to someone else's achievements fades away, allowing you to live more fully in the present. You can focus on the things that truly matter to you, whether that's personal growth, contributing to your community, nurturing relationships, or finding creative outlets that make you feel fulfilled. It's also important to realize that comparison often stems from insecurity. We compare ourselves to others when we feel uncertain about our own path, or when we feel like we're not enough. But comparing yourself to someone else's highlight reel is like comparing your behind the scenes to their finished product. You don't see the struggles, failures, and challenges that they may have faced along the way. Everyone's journey is filled with ups and downs, and no one has a perfectly straight line to success. Instead of focusing on others, shift your attention inward. Ask yourself, what makes you happy? What are your strengths? What kind of life do you want to create for yourself? These are the questions that will help you find your purpose and help you stay true to your own path. Your journey is your own, and it's the only one you need to focus on. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you can finally begin to see the beauty and potential in your own unique story. You are enough, just as you are, and your purpose is unfolding in its own time. Keep trusting the process and continue moving forward on your own terms, because no one else can walk your path the way you can. Your purpose will evolve as you grow. Be flexible and embrace change. The idea that purpose is a fixed destination can be limiting and restrictive. While we often think of purpose as something we discover once and for all, in reality, it's something that will shift and change over time as you evolve and as your life circumstances evolve. What feels right for you today may not feel right in the future, and that's perfectly okay. Your purpose is not a one-time revelation or a final, unchanging goal. It's a dynamic, ongoing journey that adapts with you as you grow, learn, and experience new things. Embracing change and flexibility in your journey is essential to discovering a deeper and more fulfilling sense of purpose. As you progress through life, your values, passions, and priorities will naturally shift. This is not something to fear, but something to embrace. When you were younger, perhaps your purpose was centered around building your career or achieving academic success. As you enter different phases of your life, your purpose might evolve to focus more on relationships, personal growth, or contributing to your community. This shifting of focus does not mean that your original purpose was wrong or meaningless. It simply reflects your growth and the deepening of your understanding of what matters most to you. One of the most significant ways purpose evolves is through the experiences you go through. The challenges, victories, losses, and lessons learned along the way all contribute to shaping your understanding of your purpose. You may find that what you were passionate about 5 years ago no longer excites you, or what you thought you were meant to do no longer feels fulfilling. This is a natural part of the process. Life has a way of teaching you new things about yourself, and as you gain new insights and skills, your purpose will shift in alignment with these changes. For example, someone who once sought fulfillment in professional achievement may later find deeper meaning in personal relationships or community involvement. The key is to remain open to these shifts and trust that they are leading you toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. It's essential to view change as an opportunity for growth rather than something to resist. When you hold on to an outdated vision of your purpose, you may find yourself feeling stuck, frustrated, or disconnected. If you refuse to evolve with your changing circumstances, you might miss out on new opportunities that are better aligned with who you are becoming. By allowing your purpose to evolve, you give yourself the freedom to pursue what truly excites and fulfills you at every stage of your life. This flexibility enables you to embrace the new and unexpected while letting go of the things that no longer serve you. The willingness to embrace change also involves recognizing that you are not defined by any one phase of your life. Who you were at 20 is not who you are at 30 or 40, and who you are now will not be who you are in the future. As you grow older and gather more life experiences, your perspective will naturally shift, and so will your sense of purpose. This doesn't mean you've lost your purpose. It means that you've allowed it to evolve in response to the new wisdom and growth that life has gifted you. Instead of being rigid in your understanding of what your purpose should be, allow it to flow with the natural changes that occur in your life. The purpose that once defined you may take on new dimensions as you explore different passions, relationships, or careers. By accepting that your purpose is not a fixed destination, but an ongoing process, you can feel more fulfilled and connected to your true self. Flexibility is also crucial when it comes to adapting to unexpected life events. Often, life throws curveballs, unforeseen challenges, losses, or changes in circumstances. If you cling too tightly to your original idea of what your purpose should be, you might find it difficult to adjust to these changes. However, by staying flexible and open, you can navigate these changes with greater ease and resilience. Sometimes, the most significant shifts in our purpose come from the challenges we face. When things don't go according to plan, it forces us to reevaluate, adapt, and redefine what matters most to us. These moments of difficulty can become powerful catalysts for growth, helping us uncover new dimensions of purpose that we might not have discovered otherwise. Ultimately, embracing change and flexibility allows you to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Rather than being fixed on one goal or idea of purpose, you allow yourself the freedom to explore, adapt, and grow. Your purpose isn't something you find once and then lock into place. It's a dynamic and ever-evolving force that grows with you. By welcoming this evolution and being open to the changes that life brings, you can continue to live in alignment with your deepest values, passions, and desires, no matter where life takes you. Trust yourself and the process. Finding your purpose is worth the journey. Trust is a crucial element in the pursuit of purpose. It is easy to get caught up in self-doubt, uncertainty, and fear, especially when the path toward your purpose seems unclear or complicated. We are often our own harshest critics, guessing our decisions and questioning our worth. However, finding your purpose requires a deep level of trust, not only in yourself, but also in the process of growth, change, and discovery. Trusting the journey means letting go of the need for certainty and embracing the unknown with faith that every step, whether forward or backward, is guiding you closer to what truly matters. When you trust yourself, you acknowledge your own abilities, strengths, and intuition. You believe that you have the inner wisdom to make choices that align with your deepest desires. Self-trust means believing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way, even when faced with obstacles or unexpected turns. It's important to remember that you don't need to have everything figured out right away. Life is not about having a clear, fixed plan. It's about being open to the process and knowing that the pieces will fall into place as you continue moving forward. Trusting yourself means being patient with yourself, giving yourself the grace to grow and learn, and recognizing that every experience, both good and bad, contributes to your journey of self-discovery. Trusting the process is just as important. When you are uncertain about your purpose, it can be tempting to rush the journey or to try to force things into place. We live in a world that values quick fixes, instant results, and immediate gratification. But true fulfillment and purpose are not achieved through shortcuts. They are the result of a slow, steady process of exploration, reflection, and growth. The road to discovering your purpose is not always straightforward, and it may take unexpected turns along the way. But it's in these moments of uncertainty that you will learn the most about yourself. If you rush through them or try to skip past them, you miss out on the valuable lessons they offer. The process of finding your purpose often involves trial and error. You might try something and realize it's not right for you, but that doesn't mean you've failed. It simply means you've learned something important about yourself. These lessons help you refine your path, build resilience, and gain clarity about what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Trusting the process means allowing yourself to make mistakes, learn from them, and keep going. The path to purpose is not linear, and it is often filled with setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But each of these moments is a part of the journey, shaping you into the person you are becoming. Trust that in time you will gain the clarity and understanding you seek, and the answers will unfold in their own time. Another important aspect of trust is surrender. Often, we feel the need to control every aspect of our lives, from our career to our relationships to our personal growth. But sometimes, the best way to find your purpose is to surrender to the flow of life. This doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to passivity. It means letting go of the constant pressure to have everything under control and trusting that life will guide you where you need to go. When you surrender, you open yourself up to the possibilities that you might have otherwise overlooked. You allow yourself to be guided by your intuition, by your desires, and by the lessons that life is offering you, instead of forcing everything to fit into a predetermined plan. Trusting yourself and the process also means accepting that you might not have all the answers right now. We live in a world that constantly encourages us to have our lives figured out by a certain age or stage, but this is a false expectation. The truth is, many people don't discover their true purpose until later in life, and that's perfectly okay. The journey is not about having a set destination. It's about being open to the experiences, relationships, and growth that come your way. Trusting the process means accepting that you don't need to know everything right now. You don't need to have everything figured out today. The purpose is in the unfolding, in the learning, in the becoming. Ultimately, finding your purpose is worth the journey. It's a process that requires patience, trust, and self-compassion. Every step, every detour, and every setback brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. Trust that you are on the right path, even if it feels uncertain or challenging at times. Trust that life is unfolding in its own perfect timing, and that, in the end, everything will fall into place. You are exactly where you need to be, and every experience is an opportunity to learn, grow, and discover more about your true purpose. Stay open, stay patient, and trust the process. The journey is worth it. Purpose is not about achieving external success. It's about living authentically and following what makes you happy. Society often defines success in terms of material wealth, job titles, or societal status. From a young age, we are bombarded with messages telling us what we should want, what we should achieve, and how we should behave. We are conditioned to chase after goals that, at times, do not even align with our true desires. The result? A lot of people end up feeling unsatisfied, even though they've accomplished everything they were supposed to. The first step in understanding your purpose is breaking free from the societal definitions of success. It is about looking within and asking yourself, what do I truly want? What makes me feel alive? Often we are so caught up in trying to live up to other people's expectations that we lose sight of what brings us joy. It's essential to stop measuring your worth by external markers. True success comes from living in a way that feels authentic to who you are, rather than pursuing a life that others expect you to live. When you start living authentically, you begin to prioritize the things that truly matter to you. Whether that's pursuing a career that aligns with your values, dedicating time to your passions, or simply creating a life that feels fulfilling, living authentically is about doing what makes you happy, regardless of whether others approve or not. Happiness does not come from wealth or social approval. It comes from alignment with your inner truth. This idea is often difficult for people to grasp because it goes against everything society tells us. We are raised to believe that happiness is a byproduct of success, but the truth is, success can often come at the cost of happiness. You may have the title, the salary, and the accolades, but if these accomplishments don't align with your true self, they will leave you feeling empty. It is in finding a balance between success and personal fulfillment that you can live your best life. Living authentically means being true to your values. If your value system tells you that helping others is the most important thing, then make sure that every step you take in your career and personal life aligns with this belief. If creativity is a core value, seek out opportunities that allow you to express yourself in meaningful ways. By aligning your actions with your values, you create a life that reflects who you are at the deepest level. When you are living authentically, you no longer feel the need to compare yourself to others. Comparison is a trap that steals your joy and peace. It's easy to look at someone else's success and think that they have it all figured out. But the truth is, everyone's journey is different, and comparing yourself to others will only distract you from your own path. Instead, focus on what makes you happy and stay true to your unique journey. Sometimes living authentically means making difficult choices. It might mean saying no to opportunities that seem appealing on the surface, but don't align with your values. It might mean walking away from relationships or environments that drain you rather than lift you up. These decisions are not easy, but they are necessary for your well-being. It's also important to remember that living authentically is a journey, not a destination. It's about continually learning about yourself, evolving, and being open to new experiences. Your purpose may evolve over time, and that's okay. As you grow, your desires and priorities might shift, and that's part of the beauty of living authentically. The key to living authentically and finding your purpose is to trust yourself. Trust that the path you are on is the right one for you, even if it doesn't look like what others expect. You are the only one who truly knows what makes you happy, and your life will only feel complete when you follow that inner compass. Don't let external pressures or societal expectations define your worth. When you align your life with what brings you joy and fulfillment, that's when you are truly living in your purpose.
I got mad in my head.